So I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV as of late, and I just finished the very first expansion of A Realm Reborn. And from here on out, I'm going to be referring to it as ARR, and I just wanted to talk about my experience playing the game. But before that, we're going to talk a little bit about my history with the game, and then we'll go into my review of the game so far. So, I do want to say I would start playing this game mainly because my friends were asking me to play the game while I was waiting for the new Fontaine region in Genshin to come out. And this is not my first time playing this game. This is actually like my second or third. I played a couple times before, but I unfortunately lost the password to my previous account. So I'm starting over from scratch. And the old account, I basically rushed through the story to join my friends for raiding. By the time I got there, they already quit, so I didn't get to do any raiding. But this time, I'm taking my time and enjoying the story because it is a story game after all, similar to like Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. It's very story driven, and with all the other stuff coming in second. Uh, I'm still going to end up raiding with my new friends, but they understand that I'm just starting out, and they're not pressuring me too much into rushing through the story. Uh, in fact, they they have done quite a good job at making sure that I pace myself, and I may have taken a little bit too much advantage of that. Uh, as I'll post up here in the top left, uh, a picture of all the characters that I've leveled because I may have gotten carried away with leveling because I really enjoyed being in the dungeons. But anyways, I'm gonna end up writing down the line, and my friends are all making sure that I actually enjoy the story and not rush through it because my friends who did rush through it regret that. And I do have to say, if you end up playing this game, do take your time. There is no rush. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into my review. So, what do I think about ARR? I think that's a really slow start, to be honest, which everybody feels that, and I understand why. I feel like every game has a very big trouble at the beginning. It's because they're trying to figure out the pacing and how to do things right, which I understand. But with that being said, I honestly think ARR and post ARR is a really good story, and because it really does a good job to set up the lore, right? And that's very important when you're doing a game like Genshin or Final Fantasies because you're building a story-driven game. And if you don't get caught in that lore and you don't feel the emotions, then it's not going to mean much later down the road. It is very important that the first expansion or like first part of the game always gets you involved into the building of the world. That's why world building is very important in like movies, TV shows, games. It's how they get you it. And honestly, I think the story in the world building is really good. I've laughed, I've cried. It's a very good story. This game is not afraid to be like Akegame Kale. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If you're an anime fan, you know what I mean. If you're not, that means no character in this game is safe. And the character you might like, who knows what their fate will be. I don't even feel safe as the main character, which honestly I do enjoy, believe it or not, because honestly, like it's been a long time since there has been a game where I don't really know what's gonna come next. Like I don't like it's very easy for like things like Genshin, Star for you to kind of guess the story and progress further on. This story has me constantly guessing and trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing or what's happening. I don't think they're are many times where I said, oh, I knew that was going to happen. There have been times where I've guessed things happen and it's been correct or I've been wrong, but this game does a very good job with its story with keeping you guessing, and I really, really enjoy that. Also, there's so much side content to do because you have the main story quest and you can take it at your own pace. Like, you don't have to do it. There's no one forcing you to do it except the game when it comes to certain things. But there's a lot of side content to do. And it took me, I want to say, about 2 months to get to where I am. And maybe longer. I lost track. I'm gonna be honest. I lost track. I got so distracted. So very, very, very distracted. And I'll put up on the screen 2 pictures right now. Um, and if you know what these mean, then you understand why I got distracted. But for those who don't, I'm gonna explain to you. Let's talk about the first one. The first one is what I'm wearing right now. You may notice that it says Hero of Lamora along with a red scythe. This scythe is earned / got from the Palace of Dead, which is a deep dungeon, which is an optional dungeon that has 200 floors. I really wanted to go for the Necromancer title before I started this video, and I unfortunately couldn't make it any higher than what I did. Solo is very hard trying to do it, and being a new player, I'm still trying to learn all the mechanics and all the mobs and stuff, so I was really shooting for the stars there, and I got burned. But I am glad I got the scythe for my Reaper, and I actually have enough to get another weapon for Palace of the Dead, and I'll be making a video with that, with all my Aether Pool grips and stuff. So I don't have the second weapon now, but I have enough to get a second red weapon as well. So I've been enjoying the dungeons. And then now time for the second picture. The second picture. We have the letter Z and my ninja knives. These are what the A Realm Reborn relic weapon looks like for the knives. And you might be saying, what's a relic weapon? The relic weapon is after every patch, there's like this side content where you can get these cool weapons from each expansion, and the ARR ones are apparently the worst ones in the history to farm, so I'm told. Yeah. I ended up doing it because I originally started because King started me on the relic quest, and then I saw what the final knives looked like, and I said, if I've already started, I might as well finish it, am I right? So, yeah. I got the knives. They look sick. And then I got that little Z title, meaning that I completed the knives. So I played very unorthodox, right? Because I've been spending time leveling and doing relics and doing deep dungeons instead of progressing through the story. But that's the thing I really enjoy the most, is that you can play your own way. It doesn't really matter how you want to play because it's your experience and that's all that matters. I enjoy the socializing between people. I love doing all my dailies and getting to meet a bunch of wonderful people as well. Everyone in the community seems nice and I'm really enjoying my time here. I honestly am super glad that my friends talked me into playing FF. And also, I did want to talk about the fact that if you want to do the free trial, I would recommend it over straight up buying the game to begin with. I have a friend who's still currently on free trial. If you wait till, well, if you start playing, well, by the time October runs around, max level will be 70, a new expansion called Stormblood. And with that, you'll probably be getting the Samurai class along with the Red Mage class. But as of right now, the free trial goes up to level 60 along with the Heaven's Ward expansion. So there's so much you can go through and explore and get. And when October runs around, you will literally be able to play, what is it, like 3/5 of a game not just any game. This game is long. Every expansion is at least like 80 plus hours. Some are even like 100, I think. This is not like some small like free trial. It's very good. Sure, there are some limitations, like you can't world travel. It limits the amount of characters you can create. And along with the fact that like you have a limited guild and you don't get a retainer. But other than that, there's a lot more there's a lot of things you can do. Oh, which reminds me, so I'm gonna put up my leveling of all my different classes up on the top left again, just a little bit, give it a little abbreviation. So in this game, you literally can play any of those classes on one character. That's probably my biggest and happiest thing, because I've played Diablo, I even played a little bit of WoW, and I don't like constantly creating a new character to play a different class. I like having one singular character who I can play any of the classes on if I choose to, which I think is extremely fun and really helps out with like someone like me who likes to change between classes, because you really want to figure out which way you like to play. Because there are some jobs that you might not enjoy playing, and there's some jobs that you will really enjoy loving to play. And so I'm very excited to continue on into Heavensward, because the story is really good, the game is really fun. This has just been a really good time. I don't think I can say that I am unhappy with playing FF at the moment. I know that eventually we'll get to a grind, and eventually that it might become unfun, and if that time ever comes, I'll go back to, playing other games, because I I only play games that I find fun at the moment. I don't really stick to one game unless it's like a game that I really enjoy. But yeah, this has been a really fun time. I would honestly recommend playing Final Fantasy if you haven't already, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. The combat's fun. Also, I forgot to mention, the customization is so good here, because you could honestly change anything you want. You can literally change anything that is here. Where its location is, its visibility, how transparent it is. It's very unique. And I really like the customization. And yeah, I've just been really enjoying this game. But yeah, I'll be leaving a link down below to the free trial link if anyone wants that. But yeah, if you'd like to catch me on Twitch doing the main story quest, feel free. But if not, I'll see y'all later. A wonderful day.
I dream about times I wished for a new, happier day. If a hand could reach out right now and save my life somehow, I'll face the